This video is about installing a mobile radio, an ICOM VHF mobile radio into this type of truck. This is the radio. The installation is not done yet. I kept a couple of panels and trims open so you can see how I've done it. So first I removed this tray from here. So you will have to use the Torx, and so remove these two bolts, this bolt, take this one out, then you will access this type of fasteners here. So you remove this one, that one here, and two on the other side. But you don't really have to do that if you use the plastic screws that comes with the ICOM kit. So in the ICOM kit you will get this type of screws that you can drill into plastic. So you drill pre-drill holes, or just use the screwdriver or a drill to mount the bracket. So you don't have to take the whole trim out. So why I took the trim out, it was because this particular customer wanted a cable to run all the way to the back of the truck where they have an auxiliary battery. So as you can see here, I had to go through this grommet here to drill a hole and use some split loom to protect the cable, and I run this power cable all the way behind. So that's underneath of this driver environment or the cabin. So you have to flip it and run the cable, and you have to be aware that this cable is moving through this type of a clamp. So it's moving up and down, allowing this cable to kind of bend when they do service on the engine. So you don't just run the cable and jump it here somewhere. I mean, you could do that type of gypsy work if you want to run it from here and straight to the frame, but I did it nicer. So I went with that power, transmission shifter and the brake cable. I followed that cable, then I left a loop, so my cable is going to kind of slide with the other cable nicely. Like I said, you could just connect your cable to this harness somehow, attach it there, as long as you allow some sort of a loop for the service. And so I run this power line here all the way in the back somewhere to the battery. So I got that line nicely strapped, so you don't really see that it's done by after sale. It looks like a factory kind of. So I got it in the accessory battery box, and I installed a Motorola fuse. I did not use ICOM because here is kind of a moist environment, and so it's acid from the battery, acid vapors, and the road salt and humidity and stuff, and I don't want corrosion on the radio in case the radio is being used for safety. And I haven't put the tape, but I've used rubber tape. So first I crimped the lugs, the rings, then I soldered. You can still see some solder shining, and then I put this rubber tape. Then I'm going to put some electrical tape. So I did that on the negative terminal, which is there. It doesn't matter, it could be different configuration. Then I'm going to connect straight to the battery here. So again, it's through a fuse, and they wanted this radio to permanently stay on, so they can turn it off and on by the power button. And I'm going to show you the antenna to make the installation easier, so I didn't have to use a ladder. I just turned the cabin down and I installed the antenna, and I run it behind the mirror. Then I use this mirror grommet, so you can flip the mirror. I put some silicone, then I run it inside of the mirror bracket, and you have to pop this plastic cover, which is easy, but just be aware of these two clips, so you push it down and don't break it. Then I run the cable inside, and with the cabin flipped or down, I kind of pulled this trim, this cover here. It pops out. Just make sure you don't break stuff. So we will have to remove some of the plastic and just maintain the rubber seal. So behind here it's kind of a plastic, transparent plastic, and you have to reseal it back. Then you fish the cable here into this hinge harness grommet, so you can actually pop this one out, and on this side, so you can easily fish your coaxial cable, and the coaxial cable comes out inside of the driver environment or the cabin. And I went up, and it doesn't really matter how you do it, but of course I put nice tie wraps. I did not cut tie wraps long like the other installers, and I ended up on that side in the middle of the console. And here I did it kind of cheaply. I run it under the mat in the middle, and I went inside here. I tied it nicely inside of this console, and I drilled a hole for my harness. So I have a power harness and a coaxial cable, crimped cable, and it's ready to go. So I just have to put this fasteners, plastic fasteners here. It's easy, you just push it in and push the second one in. If you want to take it out, you may have to use a Phillips screwdriver, but don't push while you undo. So you unscrew it slowly, and if it doesn't come out, maybe use a X-Acto knife to pull it slowly out. And yeah, that's kind of an easy job if you watch it. So good luck. I hope these are good tips for you how to avoid using too much of a brain power. Take care. Bye bye.